and welcome back to another episode of Villarreal TV podcast. It's been a while since our last one, guys, but today we got a lot of things to talk about. So I'm joined by Alan and Robin. It's great to have you both. Um,
Yeah, happy to be here. Yeah, we
that's
missed it.
yeah, it's been a while, guys. So let's maybe just go straight into it. We just got our, I think, first away win in a while against Bilbao. So I just want to hear your takeaways from the match, especially considering our away poor form. So Alan, what do you think about the match? What's your takeaway from the match?
um, I think basically it was kind of the way that sort of the old Marcelino style. You basically let the other team have most of the ball, and then you hit them on the break with a couple of, and you get a couple of goals against the run of play, and then you hold on. And of course, as we know, we never have a shutout, so we had to have two goals to win, and we got them. But I think that's sort of the style that works best for us on the road and that's what we saw in Bilbao.
Yeah, that's true. We were, I think, compared to the other away games, we looked a little bit more hungrier. I think maybe the changes helped as well. There were Marcelo made some maybe 3 4 changes in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that gave the team extra boost. I don't know. Robin, what stood out to you in that match?
Uh, well, I really like Gerard. I thought Gerard was absolutely incredible in that game. He was amazing. It was just like his old. I'm going to jinx it now. He'll end up injured, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically saw him sprint from the halfway line to the goal. I've never seen him do that without pulling up being injured. So
Yeah,
I think it was quite reassuring to see him. It was very
Hmm.
clear that speed is not his best skill, but he was incredibly good on the ball, a quick pass, and I think he basically won that game for us. Really, he was all over the place, dropping back, setting up some beautiful play.
Hmm.
And the commentator really pointed out quite well to me that where he said that actually, like Gerard, yes, he is a striker, but actually he's a phenomenal playmaker as well. Like he sets up all the goals and sets up all the play. So I
Hmm.
thought that was incredible. Defensively, we look a bit wobbly as usual. So I think we all got a bit nervous when that second goal came in. But I was really happy for Marcelino as well because the commentator again made a big play out of it. But that was Marcelino's first ever win in Bilbao. So and obviously that means quite a lot for him because
wow.
he's from that neck of the woods, isn't he? So.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was an incredible game. I was really glad we won it. I think the previous game, the week before then, I think what the problem was that Marcelino played a lot of players that had been on national break, so you could see like a lot of players were really tired. Like Papa Gueye was really knackered. You could see,
Hmm.
from his national. So I think that was a slight mistake by Marcelino. He should have really played it. But I think
Yeah.
that where we are in the table at the moment, so it's hard to see. It's hard to see us sort of sacrificing third place, and we've got Champions League. So
Yeah.
I'm not too bothered really. How did you find it, Julian?
Honestly, I was for first time in a while, especially in the away matches, we have been really off. I don't know what. Last year was the opposite. Last year, home matches we struggled, but away matches we won most of them. But this year, I feel that away matches has, I don't know. It looks like another team when we play away. Especially Alan, the way you said it, with the way we play, we don't have a lot of possession. So if we face teams, usually when we play away, usually home teams have more of the possession. We really struggle to get into the match, so we end up just defending, and maybe getting a couple of chances. And then if we are effective, we win. If we don't take our chances, we lose. So
Hmm. Hmm.
but I think from this match, I really was impressed with. You mentioned Gerard, but I was also impressed with Alfon, the left winger. He looked really positive. He scored and he made some good 1-2 plays. Yeah, so I was impressed with that with him as well.
Mm.
Then
Do you think we'll do some kind of purchase deal on him? It's really weird that left wing role, isn't it? Because
yeah,
you've got Malera, who's incredible,
Hmm.
but he just fizzles out quite a lot sometimes, doesn't he? So I don't know what we're going to kind of do with that left wing role, really.
Yeah, that's a good question actually. What do you think, Alan? Well, because this guy is on loan, and
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
Argentinian who just went on, who is on loan to Oviedo, Real Oviedo. So, what do you think, Alan?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. It's an interesting one, isn't it? I don't. Um, I mean, I would say if well, he's on loan from Sevilla, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we let's see if Sevilla get relegated.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could happen, and that would probably make our. I don't know if that would make our purchase cheaper or not, but it would seem like a good. It would seem like a good um, potential use of funds. I don't know what the option price is, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, I'm kind of I kind of like getting players that have had some time to train with us, if not play a lot with us,
Hmm.
and figure they're going to understand how the system is going to work for them.
Right.
But you know,
I mean, he's done more. What's weird is he did more in that game than the last two games or whatever that I've seen him playing. He's done more than Solomon ever did. So
Yeah,
it's
hmm
something in it, but I think it's just it's tricky role. I mean, it sometimes you got players where it's good when you've got two players competing for that role.
yeah.
Um, I don't
hmm
think we're going to do a purchase option on him. I think it's already said that he's going back to Sevilla, but like I said, it'd be interesting if we get relegated if we do go for him. Yeah, but you are absolutely right, Julian. He had a great game, and you noticed him there.
Hmm.
You really,
hmm
really noticed him in that
hmm
role. So, and it's interesting that left wing role because Malero has come in for Baena, and he's done better than Baena on that left wing role. I mean, Baena was amazing, but I always felt Baena should have played in the middle of the pitch,
Hmm.
and
yeah,
on
yeah.
is the same. He should be on that left wing and not in the middle. So. But it's interesting if you think about Baena. He's not had a great time at Atletico, has he, so far? If I'm
No.
not.
No, no, he hasn't, I'm not. I haven't seen enough of them to figure out why, but Baena is, yeah, he was a lot like Connie, I thought. I mean, Connie always wanted to pinch in from the wing and really play more in the middle.
Hmm.
And Baena was like a younger, more talented version of Connie, I think,
Hmm.
but maybe more obnoxious too. I don't know. Well, Connie was pretty obnoxious, come to think of it.
Sure.
Maybe it goes with the territory.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's the sort of role that Diana really did well in, compared to
Hmm.
really being a true left winger. So
Yeah, we have gone a little bit away. Like usually, Marcelino goes with like wing players, like typical wing
yeah,
players. Like remember Cherry Chef in his prime, like a
Oh yeah,
typical
that's the
like
name.
left winger. He's gonna run down the line, but
yeah, yeah.
the left wing now it looks more like a attacking midfielder. But the left wing comes inside, and then the left
hmm
back is the one who does the overlap.
Who does the going down the line? Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, at least with Pedraza, that was certainly the case. Has
Yeah.
certainly been the case, and
I,
also in
I think with
Cardrona too.
Mm,
Baena, he had to play Baena. That's the thing. I mean, Baena was incredibly talented, but I
true.
think the weird thing about Baena is like he's not a left winger, but in the centre of midfield he would be very good. But I don't think he's got the strength to be in that centre of midfield. You do have to have a bit
Yeah.
more kind of strength about you, which has always been his weakness. I remember him at Girona.
hmm hmm
That's
True.
always been his weakness. If he could strengthen up a bit, and I think that's the slight problem for him is he's gone to Atletico, who are very, very tough players. So
Mm,
like
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid is like the Manchester United. You go to Atletico Madrid and your career's over. I mean, you remember what happened to Vieto and a few others that we've sent towards, apart from Forlan, that we've
hmm
sent to Atletico. But there are rumours, aren't there, that Atletico want Pau Navarro, I think.
Panawara. Oh, okay. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course, they always go for Villarreal players.
go for Villarreal players.
He's
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, yeah, we'll just show them a replay of his own goal against Girona. Some of these
Oh
games.
yeah.
Or him being in the bench for like the first 6 months, maybe.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
speaking
Well,
speaking as a defender myself, it's
Yeah.
a rite of passage to score an own goal. If you score an own goal,
Yeah.
I mean, I once played 11 aside and scored two own goals, so from centre back. So I think it's a rite of passage to be able to do that as a defender. So he should be proud of himself.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I'm sure that's true. I mean, you're trying to make a play and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. You're right though that Baena is just not physically as imposing as the typical athletic midfielder, and I think that probably is, it's like if they had gone to a club that was had more finesse and less chulismo, but
Yeah, kind of
but
like,
yeah.
yeah, like if you went for like if Barcelona signed him, I think he will be like absolute, like he will fit in that system with 4-3-3, but he won't play like there's no room for him there. Like you have Pedri, you have.
Yeah, there's not. And the other thing is I always think he was better when he was practically unplayable would be when he had more room to maneuver in the pitch. And I feel like Barcelona, because of the way they control possession more,
Mm,
and you may not have. I mean, I know they're not the short passing triangles of Barcelona in years gone by necessarily, but I think as a counterattack player, he was really good.
yeah, I agree. Especially like a left winger, like when you guys mentioned it, he had more room to receive the ball without being pressured. Like if he plays maybe in the central, he has to give away the ball. Like he has to play one
Hmm.
two.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
here he has more room to think more. Like he can cross, he can play through passes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, and one thing that no one like, not many people talk about it, but his defensive work was also good. Like he tracked back a
Yep.
lot.
That's right. That's
He
right.
he
It
really tracked
did.
back, and that's where maybe we see Mulairo is not that same type. Like he's easy to, like, people players just push him away because he doesn't have the strength. Baena, at least I think he will follow you, like he will like
Hmm.
tackle you and stop you.
Yeah, he got a lot of yellow cards. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
He would dive quite a bit as well.
yeah,
Well, yeah. Thinking also of wingers, I mean, Jeremy is at Crystal Palace. I think has taken time to come around too, but it seems like he's starting to. But it's that same thing where in the English league, you've got to beat that first challenge because there's going to be a guy right on you. You don't have tons of space,
right.
and that's a big adaptation, I think, compared to Spanish football.
Hmm, for sure.
But yeah.
We talked about like last year about players. We already mentioned him, like Mulairo and Santi Comesaña, like how important they have been. But I would just want to ask you both: are there other players who have recently stepped up and who has improved, or maybe who we didn't mention previously, who has a key role in this squad right now? Robin, maybe you can, if you have some.
I think I would go back to Navarro. I think he's been great. I mean, I always liked him straight away at right back. I don't know what it was, but he was just solid. He was consistent, and he got in
Hmm.
there. I mean, he sort of has come into his own a bit in centre back. He's quite short for a centre back, I think, but he hasn't quite got the sort of Pau Torres height or anything. But I think he's been incredible, consistent in the last few games. Um,
Hmm.
and I think it's tough for him as well because you've got Viega as his partner, who is all over the place and is appalling. So it's hard to sort of be as good as he is, but he's been incredible, solid. And
Hmm.
for his age, he's only 20 years old, which is really incredible, the maturity he has. So I think I've really liked him, and I mean I would always go back to Gerard as well. I know he's
Hmm.
a legend for the club, but he's been brilliant the last few games, I think. So, what about you, Julian? Who would you say sort of shine for you?
I will say actually Navarro. I think Navarro has made a lot of people, like and me, forget Foyt, because I think after the injury I was like, oh, who is gonna take that place now? now that Foyt is out, and Navarro just stepped in and really, really has been solid, except the one match, but the own goal. But other than that, he has been really good. And Gerard is always up there when he's fit. You know where you get with Gerard.
Hmm.
But I would say for now, Pau Navarro also has, yeah, for me,
Hmm.
I would just
Just on the subject of that, what do you think we're going to do defense wise? Because we've got quite a lot of play. I mean, we've got
yeah,
Costa coming back, haven't we? We've got
Hmm.
Cambuala's in there somewhere.
true,
Uh, Navarra's been incredible. We've got. I mean, I would love to sign Marin full time. I think Marin's been incredible. He's been a really good player when he plays. He's so consistent at centre back.
yeah.
Uh, so what? Sorry, I'm going off topic again. I
No,
know,
no, it's
but
fine.
No,
what do you
but
reckon we're going to do defense?
center backs are a position where you do need to stockpile them because you are going to have injuries and suspension. So I think I'm a little reluctant to. Yeah, I mean I think the crew we have we probably try to keep. Except I'm kind of like you on Vega. I'm kind of like kind of just all over the place. Um, but I don't, I think Navarro, to go back to the question, I think Navarro no, and Gerard are obviously from two different ends of the pitch and different ends of the age spectrum, have both been great. Um, I I think Pepe has sort of been underrated this year because he hasn't been used as much, but I think his his ability to sort of he's the player who can change the game, change the style of play. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think he's impressed me. You know, I think that's mostly we've gotten. I think the sort of production we thought we would get from players. I feel like it's been a sort of an odd team because the uh, uh, we've had so many ins and outs, particularly at the back. But it seems to be working very well. I have a hard time deciding. On the one hand, we're third in the league. On the other hand, we got bounced from Europe really quickly, and that was, as a long-term Villarreal fan, that was hard to take.
No,
So,
yeah, I agree with that. Like so far a very weird season. Like in one hand in the league, we are like playing really good and getting the points that we need to stay up. But on the other hand, there's disaster. Like in tournaments, we have been like I
mhm.
think we ended up in the next, almost the last
Next
team.
to last,
Yeah,
yeah.
next to last
Mhm.
team, and that's embarrassing. With that, the squad we had, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's no excuse for that. But yeah, I think I have like some questions surrounding that and Marcelino. So I was,
Hmm.
Robin, do you want to add something to the players like that has stepped up,
No,
other
I
than
mean,
Navarro?
yeah, I think Pepe, Alan gave an excellent shout in Pepe, really. I mean, he does come on and change things, doesn't he? He's a good player. He's definitely better on the right wing than he ever was up front. I
Hmm.
mean, strikers wise is a weird one, really. Mikutasi has been pretty good form, but again, a bit lacking consistency. I think next season he'll really come into his own. He's
Hmm,
not exactly a sort of a soul off, is he? But
no.
it'll be interesting to see what happens there, really. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's been an incredible season, I think. I mean, the Champions League thing. I just think we the squad was definitely gelling, and I never knew that was an excuse. And I think
Yeah.
Marcelino made a mistake because because it was changed to a different format. Uh,
Hmm.
I think the way he went about it was trying to do it sort of like a season game where I'll change the squad every other week, every time we're playing Champions League, and it just didn't work.
Hmm,
So I definitely think we're going to be there. But I think obviously, I guess we're going to talk about Marcelino and contracts later on. But I
hmm.
would say that's going to feed into kind of decision making. But I think
Yeah.
it was disappointing. I mean, if you look at the games as well, I mean, the Cyprus game we should have definitely beat that one, but the
Yeah.
Tottenham game we could have won that. The Juve one
Hmm.
we could have won that. It was just bad luck. And Junior's own goal, we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
What did you think, Julian?
In the Champions League run or what?
Yeah, Champions League, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Unfair.
I think I was very like disappointed. I was really looking forward to the season with the new players. Um, and especially like we had a decent preseason. Usually preseasons are like indicates or they show like people say, oh, it's just a preseason, but I think it's sometimes you can show like how good or bad the team is by just saying
Hmm.
how the chemistry is. And I thought maybe in the preseason we looked really good. We beat Arsenal, and I was like, okay, maybe we have this season is going to be good. But and then the the Tottenham match, and we I think it was just after the first loss, it was just I think it was mentally for the team. It looked like whatever they did, it just backfired in the Champions
Hmm.
League. Everything
Hmm.
went against them. Um, so yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that and Copa del
Yeah.
Rey, but we never do well in the Copa del Rey.
No,
But
I think I didn't think we would have. I didn't think we would go that far in the Champions League because of our because you really need to do well. You need a team that can either have a couple of guys who are just unstoppable scoring, or you need a defense that is really tight.
yeah,
And we don't have really either of those at the moment.
mm,
But I thought we would at least make it to the knockout rounds. It was very disappointing, and it just seemed like the whole thing. It's always exciting for Villarreal when you play in the Champions League, except this year the excitement just kind of drained away real quick. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure that will feed into the whole question of whether to retain Marcelino or not. I don't know. I think he's mellowed as he's gotten older, which is in some ways is good. But I think the disappointing thing is I don't see that if I were making a decision about it, I think I'd have some concern about the fact that the defensive frailties really haven't gotten any better over the course of the year.
mm,
I don't sense that. I mean, Navarro is developing as a great center back, yes, but I don't see that the general defensive play is as good as it was under Marcelino one, so to say, so to speak.
yeah, I see that. It's but I think it's also like learning experience for these players as well. Like there were a lot of new signings, so
Yeah, that's true
hopefully
too.
for the next season, I think they should be more prepared for this type. And the format is, I think Robin mentioned it, is completely different now. It's not
Hmm.
away and home matches. It's just one match after another. It's just kind of like a league mini league. So yeah, maybe Marcelino would change the way he approaches the Champions League.
Was there a player that stood out for you, Julian? Sorry, we didn't ask.
Oh yeah, I think I said Navarro in
Yeah,
yeah, Navarro
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
Gerard obviously, but Navarro for me has really stepped up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
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 Um. So yeah, so let's talk about Marcelino because it's have been a lot of talk about his contract and what the board is gonna do because on one hand they are doing well in the league, but in the other hand they invested a lot of money with the new players. So obviously, with new players, you have and bigger squad. Your ambition is higher.
Hmm.
How do you think the club looks at this situation with Marcelino? Do you guys think they will give him a new contract, or do you think they're gonna move on? Because it's weird that we are in April and we don't know anything. Like we have no information other than that they are going to wait till the end of the season. So
Hmm.
just that leaves me like with a doubt. Maybe they're thinking of someone else because if they're really 100% confident in him, they will just like give him contract now. But what do you guys think, Alan? What do you think about this contract issue with Marcelino?
Well, I mean, I heard that he wanted like a fairly long contract, right? Like 4 years or something.
Okay.
Um, which I mean would be by Virial standards quite long. I mean, I think we've had plenty of um, coaches who left in the middle of contracts like that, where then where where we ended up owing them some money. So I I'm not sure. I kind of felt like maybe they're waiting to see sort of what other jobs come open and who is available. I feel like there's yeah I I would guess I would say that from my perspective, I don't sense that the board is convinced that that there mightn't be somebody better, but I also don't know that there's an obvious somebody better.
Hmm.
I mean, so I mean, there's not an Emery or somebody like that
No,
that's so
there are two options. Like right now, there are available. There's this the guy, the coach from Girona,
Michelle.
yeah,
Yeah.
Michel, and then the Bournemouth coach. He's finished after the season. He's uh,
Oh, Areola,
Rio-
yeah, but he's going to go to Athletic Club, I would think. I mean,
okay, yeah, that makes
I
sense.
don't sense he'll. I kind of, I kind of viewed his resignation as basically, for our, telling Athletic Club come and get me because
Yeah,
Valverde has, I think, ready to
that's true. Yeah,
move
yeah,
on. So
Do
yeah.
you
that
think
makes sense. Yeah.
do you think Luis Garcia will be free and maybe Alcácer as his assistant?
And
That would be
Calleja, come back, Calleja.
maybe get them out of retirement. Yeah.
Ah,
Oh
um,
no, I'm so done.
yeah,
It's like the shortest management in history, wasn't it? Luis Garcia, wasn't it like 4 weeks or something? And then Senior Roy came back and said no,
yeah.
which was probably the funniest thing ever. I felt sorry for him, but he just came in and didn't really
But,
understand
but
football.
funny enough, he gets a job every few months. Now I see him. I
Mhm.
think he was hired by Sevilla. I think for next season or some like another.
Somewhere.
And
Yeah.
they're about to be relegated. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, to be fair, he's always been a coach who was sort of you turned to for a steady hand when you thought,
Mm.
but in that case, it didn't work. Yeah. I don't, I don't know. I think, I don't feel like there are a ton of great candidates. On the other hand, from Marcelino's viewpoint,
Yeah.
he's not a coach who's going to go to England. He doesn't speak the language. He never has.
Mm,
And I don't see that I don't know that he has a ton of options either.
right.
Yeah.
Um, so, I mean, he could, if Racing Santander get promoted back to the first division, maybe they would hire him because he's from Cantabria, I think,
Mm,
you know, but then you're dispensing with a coach who just got you promotion. So that may or may not work. But, I don't see him lining up a big move to a club in elsewhere in Europe, particularly because
mm.
he's so Spanish.
Right. He, so Spanish and so like everything with him is very like he doesn't go out of the box. He's just it's either his way or no way, and this so
Hmm.
everything typical Marcelino.
Mm.
Um, what do you think,
Yeah.
Robin, about like this contract issue and
I mean, I would say first off, I think you absolutely offer him whatever he wants because for me, I just remember the absolute madness we've had ever since like Emery left, and
yeah,
even Emery, I think, was always pushing for he got us where he was because he was really pushing for a better job.
Hmm.
So I remember the madness of Setien. I can't remember the guy from Elche, whatever his name was. You know,
Oh, Escriba,
Escriva.
oh
Escriba.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just absolute madness. So I think for them, I mean, Marcelino just brought so much security. Yes, I think he's probably had a bit more of a budget than the other last two managers, but he's absolutely brought that security back to the squad. We are stronger. We've
right.
got an identity now. Yes, there's loads of new players and stuff, but I think absolutely would be a fool to lose him. I think he's just been brilliant. I mean, yes, the Champions League was a bit of a washout, but
Mm,
to get to third in La Liga from where we were last few seasons of drifting between sixth, fifth, maybe not even getting Europa League qualification, not even getting the league qualification. I think we would be absolutely stupid to do it. So even if he like says I want 4 years, I would absolutely have it because I think he's probably been our best manager ever, really. I mean, you got Pellegrini, you got Emery, but I just think he'd been amazing, really. And like you said, he's mellowed quite a bit because we remember all the ferociousness of his first
Oh
term.
yes.
Yep.
Like where I mean, I remember I was there at the time when he was there, and the press conferences were just icy. There was tension everywhere. Like all the Roys were just absolutely panicking about what he was going to say or do, or who he was going to turn. And I
Yeah.
think if we think back to how he was turfed out the club, I mean, and I don't necessarily blame Trigueros, but what was it? What was that defender, the Argentinian guy?
Musacchio.
Yeah, him just throwing an absolute tantrum because he
Mm.
couldn't have a transfer, and that's what
Yeah.
pushed it beyond. And everyone said it was like Marcelino, but I think it was him. So
Yeah.
for me, I think there was other options and other managers mentioned, but I just don't think there's anyone else that gets the real identity of Villarreal like he does. So for
Mm.
me, I think they should absolutely offer him another contract
Yeah.
and keep him. So yeah, what do you think, Julian?
Spoken like your namesake, Robin.
Yeah, yeah. He paid
Robin
me.
Robin Harris always said the greatest manager we've ever had.
Well, I like a guy that's direct, but you're very right. He is definitely very Spanish. I mean, the weird thing is, I could see his style of play really suiting the Premier League, but I just think
Yeah.
and we've had I don't support any British club, but like we've had successful managers from that north region of Spain. If you look at Emery, Arteta, they're from
Mm.
that neck of the woods. So,
Hmm.
it seems to sort of connect sometime, but I know what you mean. He is very Spanish. I can't imagine him anywhere else. Julian, after that, what do you reckon?
I think I'm leaning towards like after, especially I'm so conflicted with the season, but I think it would be unfair not to give us Marcelo not 4 years maybe, but maybe 1 year plus 1 or 2 years, maximum 2 years, because I
Maybe
think
2 years. 2 years with a 1 year extension. That something an option for a third year, maybe.
yeah, something like that.
Mm.
I think as you said, Robin, I like the structure he brings to the team. I think you know what you're getting with Marcelino, and leaving this option, like let's say we don't give him a contract, I think it's gonna be a chaos because we don't know. Like the structure will be gone, and then we will have to gamble on, like let's say a coach like Michel, who hasn't experienced or coached a big team, and it's just too much uncertainty for my liking.
Hmm.
So maybe not 4 years for me, but maybe like 2 plus 1 or something like this. Because
Okay.
yeah,
So a safe pair of hands, in other words.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I don't want to go, like we have been through so many. Remember, like 2017 era with Kaleja, and yeah, I don't want that again. I don't. My heart is not ready for this. I think we
Yeah.
should just
Yeah.
save it
Yeah.
and maybe yeah, but it's gonna be, yeah. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how long it takes before we hear something, like after the season. Are we gonna hear
Yeah.
as soon as the season's over, or will it take time? Yeah.
You would think it would be fairly quick because with the World Cup and everything coming up, um, I would think they would want to have things in order because the preseason is going to be even more stressful because you'll have players who have had been on international duty more during the summer. But I
That's
don't know. I mean, if I were on the board, I think I could see that giving him a 4 year extension or whatever, now during the season might be a little. I wouldn't do that. If you remember, when we've given extensions during the season, they haven't worked out.
mm.
Juan Carlos Garrido,
Well,
right? So don't wait till the end of the season. But I think if you're gonna, I think you want to make him a fair offer, and if he walks away for something else, then that's up to him.
yeah.
But I think you've got to make him a reasonable offer. But I
Mm.
do think 4 years is a little long. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Not to bring the mood down, but who was that coach that had a heart attack and died?
I was just thinking about him,
Yeah.
Preciado, who
Oh,
I
Yeah.
was thinking about when we were talking about
Sporting.
Marcelino was uniquely Spanish. Boy, he was another uniquely Spanish character. Manolo
Was it
Preciado.
after he got the VRL job, then he died, or was it before?
Yes, yes, he accepted the job, and then I think, and then he had a massive heart attack that night in his hotel room, I think. But
Wow.
so I don't know if he had actually fully signed the contract, but I know that the club basically acted as if he had and offered to pay something to his widow or whatever to,
Hmm.
that they felt
Compensation.
they owed him. Yeah, something that they felt they owed him under the contract. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just thinking it would have been really interesting to have seen how he would have would have worked with Villarreal, because he was a coach who had done so much with so little, and I think everybody was really happy and thought
Hmm.
it was a good fit, because he would suddenly be with a club that had some money behind it, and some stability behind it, and then he
No,
died.
not to be a great fit for him, though, was it?
Yeah, so.
Hmm.
Anyway, sorry, not to turn dark. I
No,
just,
No, no, no. But I was funny. I forgot. It kind of into my mind too.
hmm.
but I mean
It's
that does talk about sort of the madness that we experienced, wasn't it? And
yeah, yeah. That was the. I just remember putting something up on the website about the announcement, and then the first comment was, and he died, and I'm
yeah,
like, what?
Really?
And
before
now he
we
died or something.
before Alan had even finished typing.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Um,
Okay. All right. Let's. I was thinking maybe we could do like a quick Q&A. Just I have two for both of you, and then after I'll this one, the other one are for everyone. So this is for everyone. Which player had the biggest impact in just one season at the club? Like this is just your opinion. Just there's no
mm,
answer. Just want to hear your
just
thoughts.
one.
Mm.
Yeah,
Do you mean a player who was there only one season, or
yeah. This
yeah,
player has
yeah?
to be played for the club only one season.
Okay.
Mm.
Ooh. Hmm. Ooh. I probably would say Swordloss.
Mm.
Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good.
I mean, admittedly a recent choice, but I think
Yeah,
I would probably pick him.
that's a good. Yeah, that's a good choice. What about you, Robin? Do you,
I think this is one. Vieto. Was Vieto only
yeah,
there one
yeah.
season? Yeah.
Oh, you have to mention your favorite
I
player.
knew you were going to say. I mean, what a great player.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait until the next round, Alan.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I like both of them, but I think Charlotte edges for me. But if this
I mean,
question came,
that's bias. You're from
that's
Norway.
biased. That's true.
if
Yeah, that's right.
But he
you were from
also scored
Argentina, that would be completely different.
true. But also Robin, he scored like 23 goals. Vieto, I think, had like 10 or 12 or something.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but Sorloth didn't have Baena. Oh no, Vieto didn't have Baena.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
He had
yeah,
Connie.
Yeah, yeah.
Better.
What more in life could you want than a bad tempered wife and
Exactly.
a daughter?
yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, it's hard, but I think I'll go with Charlotte. Just I'm gonna be safe. But if this was like 2, 3 years ago, I would say Vieto without a doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one, who would you consider the biggest flop signing?
Robin, take it away.
Robin, you can start.
Yeah. Well, there was this one guy, and he was great. And then, we spent 25 million, and it was great. He had a life, he had a career. There was people all over VRL were cheering, throwing the hats with adulation. And then Alcázar walked through the door, and we were all, yeah. And that's enough said. I mean, what a man! What a man!
What a player.
Yeah, what a
Yeah.
what
Okay,
a
but yeah, I get I get that in terms of the way the use the cost, but I think I've got to say Ruben Semedo. I mean, here was the guy that we thought was going to anchor our defense,
Yeah.
and the only thing he ended up anchoring was a prison cell. So So I go for him.
Wow, that's a good option. I forgot about Semedo, but yeah, wow.
We've all tried to.
Yeah,
Yeah, chocolate.
Roy still has nightmares, I think.
Oh. Okay, I have another guy who was. I think he came the same season. I just thought about him when you said Semedo. Do you remember the other guy who Marcelino? I think Marcelino signed this guy. He was like he was a Betis player, defend like midfielder, and then
Oh,
Marcelino tried to turn him into a center back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I
It
remember. I
wasn't.
remember his
It
name.
wasn't Torre. He wasn't Torre, was he? It was.
No, but he had like that type of name, like a
Yeah,
typical.
Yeah,
Mm,
what was his name?
he was
I
quite
just
good.
re-
oh,
he
I forgot.
I just remember we when we played Monaco in the remember we had that really unlucky Champions League qualifier where we ended up having to play Monaco
Yeah,
and he I think was kind of responsible for a couple of
yeah.
um
Was it
their
Diarra?
goals.
No, Diarra. Maybe no.
No,
What was hang on, I'll find it because I think it's the only time we played Monaco. So let's
in the
see.
meantime, I could add another name, Ben Brenton Diaz. I mean, my
Oh
Chilean
yeah,
pipe
that guy.
instincts, but
Yeah, yeah, he's
Oh,
the Chilean who didn't speak Spanish and had no desire to learn. Yeah,
and barely spoke
um,
English as well.
yeah,
yeah.
um,
He was so British. That guy.
Yeah, he tried to grow a Spanish haircut, and it just looked terrible.
yeah. Where is he now? I don't even know.
He was at South. He was at Sheffield. He was at Southampton. I think he's at. I saw it the other day because I was a bit surprised. I can't remember.
I don't know. Well, I'm not remembering what this guy's name was.
Yeah, but we know who. Yeah, as
We
long as
know
you guys
who.
know who we're
You
talking.
know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was horrible. All right, so this is for you two. Lucky enough, I have the answer. But if you guys ask me, I won't know any of this. But it's not that difficult though. So okay, the first one is who did Villarreal receive the highest transfer fee for?
Oh,
That's a good question.
yeah. Is it? I guess it sort of depends on how you, if you throw in all the variables and everything too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you can add.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can add variables, everything. Like it's included.
Uh, hmm, 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 hmm. uh, I don't know. Is it Baena?
I was going to say it's Vieto again, isn't it? I'm sure he went for like 20.
No, Vieto was like 20 million. We've exceeded that
Received
several
more
times.
than that. Well,
Yeah. How much did we get for Jeremy?
Eric Bailey.
No, I don't know. What's the answer?
Yeah, I'm lost on that one.
Though you guys mentioned some of them, Bayanas is up like number one, and then number two was Bakambu when he went to China.
Oh, right. When it went to China. That's right.
China, and
Yes.
then Bai was right behind Bakambu. He went like maybe 2 million, 3 million less.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Robin, you also mentioned him. So yeah, you guys were
Yeah.
close.
Okay.
But
So we
Bayana
got
was
it.
by
For
far, by
Price.
far.
by Anna. Yeah.
Yeah, by
Okay.
far.
Okay.
This one is fun one. Who holds the record for the most yellow cards in a single season?
Ooh.
I'm going to say Jamie Costa, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yomi Costa might be a good choice.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him, the
Yeah.
battler. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he had yellow, yeah, a lot of yellow cards. I think he had
He was a good
11 yellow cards.
player.
But funny enough, there was a striker who also had the same amount of yellow cards.
Striker.
Yep.
Striker.
If I
Who
didn't
was?
mention his name, you guys would. Oh, you're right, him.
Rossi.
Yeah,
No.
He was too
No.
busy being injured.
yeah, he was sidelined a lot. Oh.
I don't know. Who was it?
Soldado, remember him?
Oh, right. Of
Oh
course.
God.
Of course. How could we forget?
Yep,
Yes.
Soldado. Yeah, he also got booked 11 times.
Yeah.
And the last one who had the most clean sheets as a goalkeeper in a single season.
Hmm. I don't know. Diego Lopez?
Yeah, I'd say Lopez.
Uh,
Not really, surely.
close, but remember Pep Reina? It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Rana was yeah, a long time ago, but he
Yeah,
has the record. Okay.
yeah,
When he had hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
16 clean
Oh,
sheets.
I mean, yeah, the old time, not when he
All
came
time.
back.
No, no,
Right,
no,
right, right.
no,
No,
no.
the old time.
It was the opposite when he came back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, the old yeah, the Pellegrini teams, that's right. They got a lot they had a lot of clean sheets. Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
had some very good centre backs back then.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. And the last we can probably do like our top 11
Oh, yeah.
uh, for Villarreal, like through all history
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the last decade. What do you guys think?
Do we have to make a team out of them or just top 11? I mean, do you need a goalkeeper and
Mm,
defenders and all that stuff?
I don't know. What do you guys think? What do
Yeah,
you?
so it's the Champions League final, and you've
Yeah.
got to choose like a top 11 of VRL ever. So you could just list them off fairly quickly, and we'll just call out on
Okay.
each one.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, who wants to go first? So yeah, it's your Champions League game. You've got to win the match.
Yeah.
You can choose any VRL player from history. Who would be your starting 11? You
Ooh.
don't have to do subs.
Okay, I gotta write down so I can get them in the right place here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know off the top of your head? I mean, I can try and go if you
Yeah, you
want.
can try since
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All
try.
right. I know Alan's going to steal my ideas. It's fine. Um,
Yeah,
no, so I would go my yeah. Like I said, I'm always controversial anyway. So
that's fine.
I would say goalkeeper wise, Asenko. I think I just always just felt like he was the solidest, stablest hands. I mean, we had some great keepers over the years. So
Hmm.
right back, I'm going to come back to because I actually don't know, which is really tough.
Yeah.
But centre backs, I'm going to go Gonzalo because I thought he was incredible. It's a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Argentinian.
Yeah, yeah, and or was he Uruguayan? Uruguayan?
Godin.
Argentina?
The Godin was Uruguayan.
Well, Godin was Uruguayan.
Godin was the Uruguayan and Gonzalo was the Argentinian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was going to say Melberg then, but that was just for a laugh. Raul Albiol, I think, has been an incredible centre
Yes.
for us over the
Yes.
years. So no surprise at left back is Pedraza. I know he has won the Europa League and he's been
Shocking, you know it.
incredible. Yeah, and he's
Okay.
pushed back on Estupian and all the other left backs that we were supposedly signing. So
Yeah.
I think he's definitely up there. Santi Gazzola, Bruno, obviously. Yeah, midfield. Everyone's going to say Senna, but I don't think Senna was the best we've ever had. And then I've got lost on myself, so I'm going to go on to strikers. You've obviously got your Forlan and Gerard Moreno there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh, right wing is a hard one as well. That whole right side. I mean, you could look at like Mario at right back, but
Hmm.
I'd probably put Juan Foyth at right back so far. And then yeah, I'm going to come back to you all on right winger. I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Trigueros in his prime was pretty good in that midfield role. So we'll go with Trigueros, I think.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm not too far off from you. I think goalkeeper is hard because I didn't see enough of um, the early years, or like the until say 2010 or something. But yeah, I don't know. I would say I would probably put Diego Lopez slightly ahead of Asenjo, but I think either one of them would be a good choice there. Um, and then I'm sort of torn. I went for Albiol and Paul Torres. I thought Gonzalo was an excellent suggestion, though. But I just thought Torres was worked so well with Albiol.
Hmm.
And I've got to put Super Mario at right back because I mean here's this guy that we thought was sort of going to not really do anything. He ended up having a great career with the club, and felt like every year they were thinking, well, maybe we'll do something else at right back, and he would end up being it. Um, my midfield is completely illogical because I just picked the four players I wanted to see in midfield, and they can't play all together.
Hmm.
And astonishingly, I did not select Manu Trigueros.
Whoa.
I know, but
Don't you dare say Gomez. Don't you dare say.
I went for Riquelme, Santi, Bruno, and Senna. Those
Yeah.
partly that's sentimental because Senna was the guy that when I saw play for Spain just blew me away in the Euros. I guess it was. So that was, and then up front, yeah, Gerard and Forlan. I think Rossi, if he had stayed healthy, would have been definitely up there. Would have been one of those two.
Wow.
But that's my
Manager.
choice. Manager?
Manager, yeah.
Hmm.
Ooh, you know, I mean, he drove me crazy, and he didn't stay that long. But I would go with Emery because he won our first major trophy.
Controversial.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I dropped Trigueros. I put in Emery. What can I say?
Yeah,
Marcelino
that's
would be mine, but
hmm? What is it?
Marcelino would be my manager. Sorry, yeah, go on.
Marcelo.
You? What
No.
about you, Robin? You choose Marcelino as a manager? You said.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Okay.
he's just been incredible. I mean, I know he hasn't won as much, but I just think his fire and everything he's brought to the squad and
Yeah,
how he lines up the
Yeah.
players for me was just so much better than anyone else.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's a good. Wow,
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
have two like strong squads. Oof,
Yeah.
it's very hard.
And look at our bench. We got Asenjo, we got
Yeah,
Gonzalo or Pau Torres, we got Trigueros, we
yeah.
got Rossi, we got
But
who
Moy
else?
Gomez.
Gomez and Paco.
Sorloth needs to be on the bench too.
Yeah,
Oof.
so that yeah, and Paco sometimes.
Got Fernandinho in there as well.
No, I want to see Javier Camuñas on the bench.
What about, what about Carlos Bacca?
Oh, Paco was underrated. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
He actually was, yeah. Baco was was a guy who did a lot of work for you, yeah.
yeah.
Um, Maybe we should have Soldado on the bench so he could piss everybody off.
Referee's nightmare, wasn't it?
Well,
Robin, do you remember when we were at Anfield for the semifinal years ago, and it was like the first kick of the ball. I can't remember who the Liverpool player was, but Soldado from the start is like going for the ball and just being the dirty player that he
Yeah.
was. We had a great view of it.
He was like Diego Costa used to be, just off the ball. He's just
yeah,
permanently angry.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. But
So
So
we're going to give Julian a crack. Go on, Julian. Go
yes,
on.
oh, who did you pick as a goalkeeper, Robin? I didn't hear you.
Oh, Asenko.
I
Was
sent
it?
who I
Oh,
went
thank
for.
you. Okay.
Any day of the week, he was brilliant and consistent.
Yeah, yeah, he was good when he's yeah he poor like I feel for him though with the injuries, but yeah, when he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on was good.
I mean, that was towards the end, I think.
Yeah,
But yeah, he came from nothing as well because he was kind of recovering from Diego. I think he was after Diego Lopez, wasn't he? And he was just brilliant.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
Uh,
don't say Rulli because we all have heart attacks about Rulli still.
oh yeah, I don't
Oh,
want yeah, him and Jorgensen for me. Oh, same type of
Oh yeah, yeah. What about
but yeah,
yeah.
I'll go for Lopez. I always liked. I think he is one of the better goalkeepers, and I like the fact that he was also quite like tall for a goalkeeper. We usually don't have our goalkeepers historically hasn't been they haven't been that tall, and
him?
I like
Hmm.
Lopez a lot. Right back, I would go for Mario just because I think he had that role for a decade plus at least in that right back. So it would be unfair not to give him that
Mm.
Hmm.
position. Center backs, I think I would go for Pau Torres just
Okay.
because, yeah, just because of his ball playing style and yeah, I think I will go for him. And then on the right side, oh, this is difficult. Maybe Foyt.
Okay.
Foyt, yeah, I think maybe Foyt. We need like Paul. He wasn't like the aggressive defender. We need. I think my team needs a defender who's gonna like go like play really rough. So maybe Foyt for me. Yeah, rough.
Oh, instead of Musacchio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Musashi for me. Actually, I didn't rate him as much as.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Had good. He was good with tackles, but I felt sometimes he made some mistakes with the ball. I didn't. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
more injured than Rossi was, wasn't he, at times as
he
well?
was. Yeah, he also struggled with some knee injuries.
So had some really bad injuries. Yeah.
Yeah. On the left, I'll say Pedraza, no doubt.
Oh,
Pedraza.
yeah.
Yeah, Pedraza for
Ooh.
me. Yeah, he has. I was very close. Costa Pedraza, but I was like, okay, Pedraza.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good choice. He's
I mean, to throw another name in the mix and not to betray Pedraza, but I was very tempted with Capdevila as well.
Oh, I forgot about
Do you
him.
remember the left back?
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was good.
oh, of course, our World Cup winner.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about him.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
the-
think I still go for Pedraza. I like his style.
yeah,
You were gonna say
yeah.
something else?
No, I was going to say, yeah. I think I didn't see enough of Capdevila actually in with Villarreal to
Mm,
get a good sense, but Pedraza is hard to go against because he's just such a tank.
Yeah. He's
You
yeah.
so
know,
unconventional as a
yeah,
defender, but
True.
yeah,
And then also like what he went through, like he went from almost being sold, and then he fought his way back. Like this, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
he's kept Cardona
Midfield.
out the well.
Hmm.
He's kept Cardona out the squad, which is quite impressive considering his contract's up.
Exactly.
His contract's leaving, and he still kept Cardona out the squad, who was
Yeah.
yeah,
incredible last season. So
yeah,
Especially
yeah,
Cardona's season last year with 7 or 8 assists.
yeah,
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
very impressive. Like he has done that.
Right.
Midfield, I think I did like Alan. I just thought of the players I want in midfield. I didn't think about like formation, but it's for Riquelme, Bruno Soriano, Riquelme, Bruno Soriano, Senna, and then the last guy, and Cazorla. Did I mention him?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, those four.
yeah,
And yeah, and on top, Gerard and the Uruguayan Forlan, Diogo Forlan.
yeah.
yeah.
And my coach, I would go for Pellegrini. Actually,
Okay.
That's good too.
Nice.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
covered all managers, which is nice.
Which is
we did
nice.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did. Wow, that's a
yeah,
pretty strong team, though.
Yeah. I
That's.
just right winger that was annoying me. I can't think of. I was
Mm,
well,
almost going to say Canny, but
yeah. But
yeah,
Connie wasn't really a.
no, but he
Yeah,
was consistent in a way, wasn't he? And he was a
yeah, yeah. It's
right
true.
winger.
Yeah,
Really. I mean, you could say Chikwueze. I mean, Chikwueze on fire was on fire when he was when he could be bothered.
yes, yes. So